there. Welcome back to accounting. All right, so we're going to start chapter 13 this week. So far, I have posted a Canvas assignment, Accounting in the Real World, featuring GoPro, to Canvas. You guys need to answer the 3 questions at the bottom of that small amount of reading. And then this week, we're going to tackle 13.1 and 13.2. We are going to use MindTap still. Sorry if any of you thought you were going to get out of that. But we are not going to be doing application problems. So the plan is we'll do 13.1 and 13.2 this week. Next week, we will do 13.3 and 13.4. The following week, we will do the study guide for chapter 13 to review the concepts and vocabulary, and then you guys will take your chapter 13 tests. Obviously, since you are doing this all from home, the chapter 13 test will basically be open note, open book, whatever you need to do to complete it. So you should have, hopefully, no struggles there. All right, so today I'm going to do a lecture video over 13.1. I'm going to briefly go through what your notes would look like, and I'm going to utilize the textbook option through MindTap. So I'm going to show you how to do that 2 different ways in case you forgot. And then I'm going to record myself doing the work together so that you can complete that and also do that on your own. All right. Okay, so I'm in MindTap right now. As you can see, there's 13.1 and 13.2. We're going to start in 13.1. So if you click on that little lesson, it's going to open the textbook for you to 13.1. It will probably, if we can get there, look like this when you click on it. Okay, we are going to start with recording a payroll. So we are looking at payroll for chapter 13. We have looked at a payroll register in chapter 12, so we are familiar with that. So starting with our notes here. So today we are going to analyze payroll transactions, and we are going to journalize the employee payroll taxes. So 13.1 is all about recording how much we are paying our employees. So all of our information for each pay period is going to be recorded in a payroll register. That is not new information. Here is our payroll register. Remember, we had all our employees' names on the left, their marital statuses, how many allowances they were withholding, their regular earnings, their overtime earnings, which would then total out the amount of earnings that they made for that pay period. Then our next section is all the deductions that are coming out of each employee's paycheck. Once we total up those deductions, we can figure out how much it is that we are then going to be paying them in a paycheck, which is also considered their net pay. So you're not doing any new calculations in 13.1. We're basically recording in our business records how much we are paying out to our employees. Okay, salary expense is going to be utilized to track how much it is before we take out deductions. So how much it is that our employees are basically earning as an expense to us before we deduct everything. The payroll register is what I'm looking at right now, and that is you need to prepare payroll and all of our tax reports, because remember, all of these deductions are technically a liability to us and our business. We don't get to keep any of this money, and our employees also aren't keeping it. At the end, we have to pay the respective agencies, whether it's federal, whether it's paying the health insurance company, or whether it's paying into our employees' retirement plan. So these deductions are considered a liability to us, so we have to pull those out. Okay, so similar to a special journal, this payroll register is going to help us determine if we need to debit or credit an account. So the sum of the total earnings column is the salary expense for the period. So that's right here. Okay, this $8,076.75. That is going to end up being debited for this amount. Remember, expenses are always a debit to us. So over here in our T account, we can see that salary expense has been debited. All of the deductions are a payable, which also means that it is a liability to us. Therefore, all of our deductions are going to be a credit. So in this T account, remember debits on the left, credits on the right, all of our payable accounts will be credited that amount. The very last account down here is our cash. That's the amount of money that we're physically going to be paying our employees. If we're paying somebody something, our cash is going to be going down. Therefore, cash is going to be credited, as you can see in this T account. So cash is credited for the amount that we are going to end up paying out our employees. Okay, the remainder of the notes is showing you an example of how to journalize this information. But I'm going to go through it with you in MindTap because that's what your work together is about. Okay, let's go back to MindTap here. All right, so in the work together in a second, we're going to complete T accounts. That is step 1. Step 2 is we are then going to take that information from the T accounts and we are going to journalize it into our cash payments journal because essentially we are paying that cash out. So let's jump to the work together. Okay, our company is Lakeland. They have provided a shortened payroll register for us here that has the totals for the semi-monthly pay period, meaning that they pay their employees twice a month of the current year. We are going to use the T accounts provided to analyze Lakeland's payroll period. Okay, the first thing is our salary expense. So if we look back here, we're looking at this T account. So we are going to record salary expense as a debit. So our total earnings is $13,800. That is our debit to salary expense. Next, we have 3 deductions: federal income tax, Social Security tax, and Medicare. These are liabilities to us, meaning that they are going under payables. To increase a liability, we have to give it a credit. So income tax payable is on the right for a credit, $925. Social Security tax is also on the right as a credit, $855.60. Medicare tax payable is also a credit, $200.10. Okay, last step, we have to find the amount of cash that we are now paying our employees. This is our total earnings. These are our deductions. We just have to do a little math. So we're going to take the $13,800 and we are going to subtract the 3 deductions. So I'm going to subtract $925 from $13,800. Then I'm going to subtract $855.60. And then I'm going to subtract $2.10. That gives me $11,819.30. That's the amount of cash that we will be paying out to our employees for this pay period. Ooh, Miss Bailey did math right. Okay, next step. We are going to journalize that information into our cash payments journal. So this is what we're doing right here. Okay, step 1, let's read the problem. Journalize the payment of Lakeland's May 15th. Payroll was paid by check number 564, important information. On May 15th, also important information. We're going to use the T account information from step 1 and are provided in the question asset. So that's these up here. Okay, so step 1, we got to put the date in, May 15th. Check number is 564. Our first account is going to be our debit. which in this case is our salary expense, because that is the account, the only account that will be debiting. All the other accounts, if you remember back from the T accounts a second ago, will be getting the credits. Salary expense. We are in the general debit column because we're not in accounts payable, purchase discount, or not in cash credit yet. So we just record the numbers from above. All right, we have our one debit. Now we need to record the 3 deductions. So if we flip back here, we did the salary expense. Now we're ready for the deduction accounts. Those are all going to be in the general credit column. First one is employee income tax for $925. I don't have to put the date again because this is all one transactions. I'm going to put it in the credit column, $925. Next deduction is Medicare. Medicare tax payable, $210. Third one is Social Security. $855.60. Okay, you're not done yet. The last thing we have to do is our cash credit. So we're going to click on our cash. It is going to be even with salary expense up here. So we're going to put in the $11,819.30. And that is 13.1. Once you're done with work together, please go on and do the on your own. Refer back to the work together if you need to. Oh, looks like they wanted them in a different order. It's okay. If you did it the same as I did, you'll be fine. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions. Please do the on your own. Thank you.